Ready for an epic Boston adventure? We're breaking down some of the best attractions in the city so that you can make the most of your vacation. And we'll also share our favorite experiences, so stay tuned. In today's adventure, we're exploring some of the best that Boston has to offer with the top 15 attractions that you shouldn't miss. So let's get started. First up, the Museum of Fine Arts. This museum is a treasure trove of art from around the world and is perfect for art lovers of all ages. We're partial to Impressionists and found all of our favorite artists on display here, as well as an impressive collection of Asian art. Housed in a Beaux Arts building dating from 1909, the architecture lovers among you will enjoy taking in the design elements of this building, which stands on the original homelands of the Massachusetts people, a location that served as a meeting place and exchange among different nations. The museum does have 3 dining options available, including Taste, where we dropped in for a light snack. The Museum of Fine Arts is open from 10 to 5 daily except Tuesdays. Admission for adults is $27, children from 7 to 10 is $10, and your littles 6 and under are free. We barely scratched the surface of all there is to explore here. Our mistake was not budgeting enough time to experience most things. Our advice to you is to plan at least 2 to 3 hours here, and don't forget to check out what special exhibits are on display for your visit. Next up, the Boston Children's Museum. If you have littles in your group, then this is a must-do. As with all children's museums, your littles are free to touch and explore with exhibits ranging from bubbles to climbing mazes and more. Our favorite exhibit here was the Japanese house. In 1979, this intact home was gifted to Boston by Kyoto. Parts of this home are over 100 years old. In fact, the Boston Children's Museum has been engaging children for more than 100 years, and it's certainly worth a visit. While there aren't any food options on site, there is a lunchroom available for you to eat any food or snacks that you've bought with you. The Boston Children's Museum is open from 9 to 4 Wednesday through Sunday. Admission is $22 per person. Children 12 months and younger are free. We spent just over an hour here and felt that was about right for our little guy. Your younger littles may want to spend more time here, and we suggest that you budget about 2 hours. Now, let's dive in to the New England Aquarium. With 11 marine life exhibits to explore, this is another must-visit for the littles in your group. The museum has 4 levels of exhibits for you to explore, everything from marine life found in the Amazon to petting a stingray. Our favorite exhibit here was the giant ocean tank. Is there anything more relaxing than watching turtles and reef animals swim by? The New England Aquarium also has the Simon's Theater nearby. While we didn't have a chance to visit this 5-story 3D theater to see one of their aquatic movies, they did look immersive. The aquarium has 3 dining options available, 1 located inside the aquarium and 2 on the Central Wharf Pier. Admission to the aquarium is $34 for adults, $25 for children 3 to 11, and children 3 and under are free. The movie over at the Simon Theater is an additional $10 per adult and $8 per child. We spent about an hour in the aquarium, and given how busy it was that day, this felt about right to us. Next, we swing by the Boston Tea Party Museum gift shop. That's right, the gift shop. Located in the museum's gift shop where it's free to enter, we picked up something special. A sampling of the same blends of tea that were thrown into the harbor on that fateful night. This makes for a unique, historic, and tasty souvenir. Admission to the museum experience starts at $35 per person. With more time to spend, we would definitely go back and take in the full experience of the Boston Tea Party Museum, which includes a reenactment of the historic night, complete with costumed interpreters, and if you're feeling fancy, you can have a proper tea service. Now, let's step back in time at the Old State House, one of the most iconic and historic sites on our list. Home to 5 exhibits that tell the story of Boston's journey from colony to Commonwealth, and many of the stories of those that shaped not only the history of the city, but the country. Our favorite exhibit here was a visit to the council chamber, where petitions were heard and laws were signed. The Old State House is open from 10 to 5 daily, excluding major holidays. Admission is $15 for adults and $8 for children 6 to 12. The museum does offer walking tours if you purchase admission to the Old State House and the Old South Meeting House. We spent about an hour exploring exhibits in the Old State House, which we felt was ample time to spend in the space. Before we continue our adventure, just a quick reminder that you should always check the websites for all of the attractions that you'd like to visit before you arrive. The hours and prices are subject to change, and you may be pleased to find that some deals and discounts are available, including discounts for seniors and students. Our next two locations are steps apart from one another, Faneuil Hall Marketplace and Quincy Market. These two markets are bustling with activity. Here you'll find street performers, diverse food stalls, and plenty of shopping. Faneuil Hall was built in 1742 and designed to be a meeting place and central marketplace for the city. Today, it's home to over 80 shops and restaurants. Completed in 1826, Quincy Market was also designed and built as a marketplace for the city. The markets are open 7 days a week with similar hours, Monday to Saturday, 10 to 9, and shorter hours on Sunday. And the best part? These markets are free to browse. Now let's stroll the Rose Kennedy Greenway for a bit of nature in the city. The Greenway stretches 1.5 miles through the city and is home to art exhibits, beautiful landscapes, and food trucks. The Greenway is open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily, and a self-guided tour is available. The green space for us was a welcome break from the hustle and bustle of moving from museum to museum, and it's definitely worth a visit on your trip. For the shopping enthusiast among you, be sure to stop into the Prudential Center Mall and Copley Place. The Prudential Center Mall is attached to the Mandarin Oriental, where we stayed during this adventure. You can check out our review in the links below and above. The mall is home to over 70 shops and restaurants and is open daily from 11 to 9, except Sundays when they open from 11 to 8. Copley Place is attached to the Prudential Center via a walkway and is home to multiple high-end shops. There are over 50 stores and restaurants to explore, and it's open daily from 11 to 7, except for Sundays when they're open from 12 to 6. We found Boston to be a very walkable city. However, that doesn't mean that we could walk to everything from our hotel. While there are other trolleys out there, we found the Old Town Trolley to be not only a good option for a tour, but the best way to get around the city. Purchasing a multi-day ticket gave us the flexibility to hop on and hop off at most of the sites we're exploring in this video. 1- and 2-day tickets are available. They vary in price based on the season and any specials that the company may be running. The hours of the trolley also vary based on the season and are generally available from 9 to 5. The trolley makes 18 stops, and your ticket does include discounts to some of the attractions along the way. We have only scratched the surface of all there is to see and do in Boston, and that can get expensive. We suggest that you find an attraction pass like City Pass or Go City to help you defray the costs. Now we've saved our favorite experiences for last. So let's check out the panoramic views of the city from View Boston at the top of the Prudential Center. Take in the breathtaking 360-degree views from the top 3 floors of the Prudential Center. You'll find plenty of spaces to lounge and grab a nosh while you take in the views. Admission to View Boston is $25 for adults and $10 for children aged 6 to 12, and it's open daily from 10 to 10. We love this location for the views alone. There are also exhibits peppered throughout, including the 3D model of the city and the interactive Explore Boston map. If you're a baseball fan like us, then Fenway Park is a must-do. The stadium is packed with over 100 years of baseball history. We suggest taking the Fenway Park tour and catching a Red Sox game. Tours are available year-round, with the times varying by season. The tickets are $25 for adults and $17 for kids 12 and under. This unforgettable experience shares the highlights of this historical ballpark and access to spaces that you don't normally have on game day. Next up, the Freedom Trail. While self-guided tours are free and easy, we suggest taking a guided tour of the Freedom Trail. Our tour took us to 11 of the 16 stops on the Freedom Trail, and we found that taking a tour with a knowledgeable guide brought Boston's revolutionary history to life. There are plenty tour companies out there to choose from. We took a tour with the Boston History Company, formerly Cambridge Historical Tours, based on the recommendation of our hotel's concierge. They were an excellent choice. Our tour guide was knowledgeable and engaging. The tour is priced at $31 per person for those 9 and up and runs approximately 2.5 hours. Just remember, this tour does not include stops inside any of the locations. And finally, the crown jewel in our experience, the JFK Museum and Presidential Library. With a budding presidential historian on board, this tour offered an in-depth look at the life and presidency of John F. Kennedy. We enjoyed the multiple interactive exhibits that not only included the life and times of President Kennedy, but an exhibit on Jackie Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy. The location of the museum with its breathtaking views of Boston is another reason to make the trek to Columbia Point. Getting here is only one of the 2 times that we used a car service on our trip. The museum is open 7 days a week. Admission is $18 for adults, and children 3 to 17 are $10. So there you have it, 15 of Boston's top attractions that you won't want to miss. From art and history to sports and shopping, Boston has something for everyone. We hope this guide helps you plan your perfect family adventure. What are you most excited to see? Drop a comment below and let us know. Be sure to check out our Boston playlist for more of our Boston adventures. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you know when the next adventure begins. And no matter where your next adventures take you, we hope that you enjoy the journey. Bye now.